This line home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. Right to the air is Huntley. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. First carry for DeAndre Swift. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Huntley to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw, Huntley. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Huntley's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here's Huntley. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. DJ Chark, 39 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Jones. He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And look, you're down 7-0 in the first quarter. You know it's not a time to panic or feel like you've got to get those points back right away. But how about their conviction and taking that chance to throw the ball deep?
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards, and the guy who has the...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Yeah, the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Jones. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Amari Cooper. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this 3rd drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Huntley. And this is caught by Watkins. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on third down. Huntley. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown. Daniel Bellinger. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Lions 7.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Sorry to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Back to throw, Jones. The quick slant caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They go option right on 2nd and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Daniel Jones scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Giants continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on first down, Huntley. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Giants are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. Out route pass complete to Bellinger. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
Well, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Huntley. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want.
And now here is another interception. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Let's go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Here's a sneak with Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. On the counter, Gibson. There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 54 yards. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
On first down, Huntley. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A give running right, Gibson. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here?
He's got a man, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Huntley. And my goodness, another interception. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Harris. And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this one. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 16-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And Jones going to keep once more. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of one, now a loss of two, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Back to throw. Huntley. Under pressure, they got him again. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, I wish the staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On second down, this is Harris. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They pitch it to Harris. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Huntley. And that is incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will have a Giants 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And they take a knee.